Set up live here. Boom. Here we go. All right, guys, we're going to wait for people to jump on. Let's see. I'm going to set up Instagram right now. Here we go. What's up, guys? Glad you guys are jumping on. Sorry we're a little late. It's Kobe Bryant's memorial service right now. If you don't know, you guys should be tuning into that instead of watching me. But I know you guys want to get some good knowledge today for the 90-day run. So I'm going to go live on Instagram so we don't miss our friends from around the world on Instagram. So let's start this. In the meantime, where are you guys tuning in from? Let us know. What city, what state, United States, what country from around the world? We got Martin from Newark, California. Who else? Share. Let's see where everybody's tuning in from on a Monday afternoon. All right, Milan, love it. Here we go. I'm just turning on my Instagram right now. I'm going to share some nuggets with you guys. Let's see here. Oops. Just want to share some good info with you guys. All right, here we go. Instagram is connecting. All right, what's up? We got Greece in the house. What's up, Mike from Temecula, California? We got India. Love it. Hey, we're on live with Instagram too. Instagram, share with us what country, what state, where from the world you guys are tuning in from. We got a good 90-day run today. I want to talk about goal setting today and putting those goals in writing. I believe that is crucial and critical for you having success in your business, for whatever company you guys are tuning in for. I want to show you guys how to have a successful 90-day run, but I'm going to tell you guys can't have any success in your life and in your business without having goals and putting them in writing, okay? All right, they say a goal unwritten is just a dream. Remember that. When you put it down in writing, you actually manifest it, and it can become a reality if it's in front of you every single day. What's up, Jerry? We got Syracuse, New York in the house. I love it. We have Poland. We have Munich. What's up, Dom? Canada's in the house. Where else? Where are you guys tuning in from on Instagram? All right, I want to talk to you guys about goal setting, so let's get it started, right? Okay, so I want to talk to you guys. I read an article this morning just talking about goals and putting them in writing, and it made me realize, that at the very beginning of my business, and even regularly during the year when I'm trying to set goals, when I'm doing these 90-day runs, I always set goals down. I write them down on my calendar, because what good is running for 90 days if there isn't anything you can look forward to at the end, right? So when you talk about having goals and actually writing them down, there's a difference, because there are many people out there who have goals. They say what they're going to do. They tell people about what they're going to do. They join a company, they start a business, and they have these big dreams, but they don't put anything in writing. They have these big goals, but they live their lives on default, right? There's nothing in writing. There's no clear or precise path, so they end up achieving nothing. They end up quitting too early, and they don't give themselves any credit. They don't give themselves a chance to even win, right, guys? So when I talk about having goals, you have to have clear goals, because if you have a vision of becoming successful in your business, you have to have some goals. You have to have something you're running for. You have to have a target, right? What good is shooting an arrow if there's no target? You're not going to hit anything, right? So why do I write down my goals? Why do I put my goals in writing? I remember when I was 26 years old, I said yes to network marketing. Okay, I knew nothing about network marketing. Prior to network marketing, I was involved in the real estate and the mortgage business. Became really, really successful in that because I was mentored by people who were willing to give me a chance, people that were willing to teach me and mentor me. And as I learned the business, I went out and took action and became successful. But in 2007, with the financial crisis, I lost everything. I found myself working 10 times as hard to make 25% of what I was used to making. And a neighbor introduced me to network marketing. I knew nothing about that business, but he had big dreams. He had big goals. And I knew that if I followed this guy, I'd be successful. But I still knew nothing about the business, right? When I said yes to network marketing, I actually sat down and I wrote down my goals. I knew that, I knew where this guy was going. He shared with me a story. He told me he was going to be at the top level in the company. And I thought to myself, that's what I want to do. I don't want to follow someone and not get to where they're going. So that was my big goal. That was my long-term goal. But along the way, I had short-term goals. Like in order to get to that long-term goal, it wasn't going to happen overnight, but it was my long-term goal was the sum of all my short-term goals. And I remember thinking to myself, the date that I wanted to become successful, the day that I wanted this long-term goal to happen. So I wrote down that date. I wrote down what the goal was. And I remember writing down all of these dates before that I would have to achieve all of these micro goals, these short-term goals, in order to get to the long-term goal. Like I couldn't just have a long-term goal and just say, I'm going to hit it by this date. Like I had to have other goals along the way. I had to have other wins along the way, or I had to taste success along the way to keep me motivated, to know that I was being pointed in the right direction. And I paid attention to my failures too, right? When I had these goals, I paid attention to my failures too, because my failures taught me how to redirect my sale, how to redirect my course. But I made sure that these short-term goals were met along the way. But I remember, you guys, what I did was I wrote down all of these goals, okay, that I wanted for myself, and I put them on little sticky notes, little Post-it notes. You know, those little, like, those small little notes that are like pink, yellow, blue. You can get them at your local office store. I remember writing down these notes, and I remember the day that I wrote down my long-term goal, and I put it on my bathroom mirror. I put it behind the door in where my toilet was, right in the bathroom. I put it on my refrigerator. I put it on the steering wheel of my car. I put it on my computer at my office. I remember writing down these goals and putting them in places that I would frequent regularly. And then what I also did was I wrote down all my short-term goals, and I wrote the dates next to those. And by me writing these goals down and manifesting them, they actually made me run harder towards my goal as the dates got closer, right? Like when I came home from work and I saw that Post-it note on my refrigerator. I came home from work and I was so tired, and I saw that Post-it note on my bathroom mirror, right? It like pushed me to get outside and go work towards those goals. I mean, sometimes we're tired every day. Sometimes we join these network marketing companies. We have our own job. We have our own life. We have kids. We have a family. We're stressed out. We have so much time that's consuming us doing other things that we let our side thing, we let that business that's supposed to get to those long-term goals just go until tomorrow and go until tomorrow. We live our lives on default. But what happened for me was I had those goals in front of me every single day. I was forced to face those goals every single day, whether I was tired, whether I was busy, whether I felt lazy, whether I felt unmotivated. Like those goals were staring me in the face every single day, and they pushed me out of my house to get to work. They pushed me, to go talk to people. They pushed me to go share my business. They pushed me to go share my products. They pushed me to get to the events. They pushed me to go follow up with people, to go prospect more people, to go talk to more people. They pushed me to the end result, which was success. And I'm telling you guys, the closer that those dates came to me, when I came home and when I looked at those goals, I saw the words, I saw the goals, I saw where I wanted to go. But the closer the date came to today's date, the harder I worked, the faster I ran, the harder I pushed, and eventually I reached the goals even before those dates came. So I'm just telling you, there's something about manifesting your goals, putting them out there, putting them in writing, putting them out there in the universe in writing, and putting them in front of yourself to make those things happen, right? Have you guys heard of the term out of sight, out of mind? Of course, if you have a goal, you tell someone once, but you don't see it every day. You don't talk about it. You don't envision it. You don't read it. You don't have a date next to it. It's out of sight, out of mind. You live your life on default. You forget about it. You get content with what you're doing every single day, and you just forget about it. And most of you guys just quit. You forgot about the goal. You forgot about why you started. And you just quit, and you're out of the business 2-3 months from now. Well, those goals were in front of me every single day, you guys. And I'm going to read you guys a little bit about this article that I read today, because it reminded me of that first taste of success, me hitting the millionaire level in network marketing my first 8 or 9 months. And then even me having to go rebuild my business for the next 2 years to achieve what I did in my first 8 or 9 months. I had to put that stuff in writing. I had to manifest what I would do to get there. What would be the short-term goals that would get me to that long-term goal? And every time I put something in writing, it's happened. Even this 90-day run. In my calendar, I have all the goals that I want to have for my team, for myself. I remember during this 90-day run, I told myself I was going to have a brand new million-dollar earner in my team in the 90-day run. I even manifested. I shared it with you guys on Facebook. In my first 60 days, it happened. So I'm just telling you guys, put it in writing, manifest it, put a date next to it, and watch it happen, you guys. But watch. So here, I read this book. I read this write-up today, and I want to read a little bit about what it says. It says, we know the importance of goal setting, but most times our goals are not measurable and clearly defined. You hear people saying things like, I want to lose weight. Though losing weight is a goal, it can be clearly defined if you add things like, I want to lose weight by eating healthy and exercising. When you compare both statements, the first one only states what you intend to do. The second one states what you intend to do and how you intend to do it. Our ideas will remain stuck in our minds until we write down and commit to achieving them. Most people have lofty visions for their lives, but not until it's written down, they risk of not achieving their goals. So check this out. It says, according to a study on goal setting, people who write down their goals are more likely to achieve it than those who don't. A group of students were about to graduate, and they were asked to set goals for themselves. Some didn't set goals and some did without writing them down, but a small percentage in the group wrote down their goals. After many years, this same group of students were interviewed and some very astonishing was discovered. Those who set goals and never wrote them were earning twice as much as those who never set any goals. And those who set goals and wrote them down were earning 10 times as much as those who set goals but never wrote them down. Most people don't bother to write down their goals. Instead, they float through life wondering why their plans never work out. And this is due to the fact they don't understand the importance of written down goals. The secret of achieving your goals in life involves writing them down in a well-defined and clear manner. And in this article, I'll be looking at the importance of writing down clearly defined goals. He talks about the importance of writing goals, but what I want to tell you guys is that I didn't just set a goal. I didn't just say, I want to become a millionaire in my business in 1 year from the day I start, okay? And I mean, 1 year is obviously unrealistic, but if you know my story, you'll know how I was able to achieve that in my first year. But I didn't just write down my goal. I wrote down precise plans on how I would achieve that goal. I wrote down my micro goals. Every 90 days, I had a goal of where I would have to be in order to hit that long-term goal a year from that point. And then 90 days from that point, and 90 days from that point, and 90 days from that point. I didn't just write down a goal. You don't just wake up and say, I want to be rich and write it down and it's going to happen. No. What are the things leading up to that goal to make it happen? What plan are you putting in place leading up to that goal to develop your skill sets to become a better person, to attract more people in your life, to develop the skill sets to speak the language, to be able to have a successful business? Like, what are you doing? What plan are you putting in place to become the person you must become in order to achieve those goals? You can't just say, I want to do this and put a date next to it and have it happen. But what is the micro plan to the bigger plan? You have to do those types of things, guys. You guys have to live in the moment of moving in the direction towards that long-term goal and taking action every single day in some type of way to achieving that long-term goal. It doesn't just fall into your lap. Success doesn't just happen to people. People have to go out and get it, okay? It's not about luck. It's not about scratching off that lottery ticket and becoming a millionaire overnight or having success or even developing the skill sets or waking up one day with the skill sets developed. It's going to work on those things every single day in order to become the person you want to become that deserves to have that success. Like, I didn't just land at success. I didn't just get lucky and sign up a few lucky people to have the business I have. I had to learn, develop, and become. The very first start of me becoming successful in my business was becoming a student, was understanding that I need to be a student first, regardless of what my success was before I said yes to this type of business. I would have to be a sponge and absorb all the information from all the successful people. I'd have to take notes and write them down and read them over and over again. I'd have to be self-taught every single night on the internet and learn and build my belief in my company, my business, and my products, and the industry, and then in myself. I would have to invest in myself, personal development, learning how to speak in public, learning how to grow my mindset, all those things to become the person I needed to become to have success. I'd have to go out there and get better at speaking to people. I'd have to grow my network and network on purpose and go meet people outside of my circle, outside of that first list, right? Developing that active candidate list Eric Worre talks about in GoPro. I would have to go develop the skill sets of showing my company's presentation over and over again, even if it took me practicing in front of the mirror the first 100 times, even if it took me practicing in front of my wife the first 100 times and having her give me feedback and practicing in front of my family and my friends. Like, all those things, I had to develop the skill sets. I went to work because I had a long-term goal. What are the things that you have to do leading up to that success? You have to go to work for it. I wrote it down so it was in front of me every day. It was manifested. The date was there. That just made me work that much harder because the date was that much sooner. I went to work on those things. I went to my corporate events to build my belief. I wanted to know the vision of the owners of my company. I wanted to see the successful people walking across the stage. I wanted to stay late and walk across that stage myself, even though I hadn't achieved success yet, because I wanted to get the feeling of what it felt to stand on that stage, to receive that award, to hear my name called, to be able to go up there and tell my story. I wanted that feeling, right? Those are the things I had to do leading up to that. Right? I had to go out there and fail a lot and learn what not to do the next time, learn how to correct my posture when I was out there speaking to people, learn how to be more convicted, learn to be more confident when I was speaking to people. Like, all those things I had to develop over time. Those were the things that were leading up to that long-term goal. Those were the goals I had to set. I had to learn, develop, and then become. Okay, it's in that order is what you guys have to do. So what are you doing to achieve the results that you want to achieve? Are you writing your goals down? Are you putting those things in writing? Are you setting those short-term goals that at the end is going to sum up to that long-term goal? Are you having a big vision? Are you having realistic expectations? Like, what are you guys doing? So you guys heard, not just from me, but from this article here, right, that I read on medium.com. This article here, it talked about the importance of writing down your goals. It talked about people with goals and not writing them down. And it talked about people with goals and actually writing them down and how much more success they've had than those people who didn't. And then it talked about people just not having any goals at all, right? So what are the differences? What is just one simple act of taking a pen to paper going to do for your life? What is one simple act of writing a date next to it going to do for your life? What is one simple act of putting it in front of yourself every single day so you can have some personal accountability, because this is your business. You have no boss. That's the only bad thing about this business. You have no boss. There's no one there to tell you what to do or when to do it. There are no deadlines unless you make them yourself. And you have to make them yourself if you want to be successful. Put those things down, put them in writing, write dates next to it. Make yourself face yourself every single day, whether it's in the bathroom mirror, whether it's on your refrigerator, whether it's on the, in the cabinets in your home. Where do you frequent in your house regularly? On your kids' bedroom doors. So every time you open it and close it at night, you see your goals and you see people that are depending on you, right? And those are the things you need to do, because you need to manifest it. You need to have it in front of you every single day. You need to hold yourself accountable, and you need to go to work on those things. So I hope you guys have an amazing Monday today. Remember, I'll be back here same time, same place on Thursday for the 90-day run. Keep running, guys. Write down your goals. Be clear, be precise, and be serious, you guys. Be realistic and go out there and make it happen. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Take it easy. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hey, share this everywhere on your Facebook page. Share it in all your groups. Give me a big fat number 1 if you guys learned a lot here today. I'd appreciate it. I want your guys' feedback. I want to see that this fuels you guys to go build a bigger business. Thanks to all who are tuning on. I appreciate you guys from everywhere in the world. See ya.